Hey guys, I'm gonna let a couple folks get in here. We're out here just enjoying. Yesterday's sunset was incredible. So we're gonna hopefully be able to give you guys a couple of kind of walk through the garden and just us talking through and celebrating 1,000 subscribers. One, did me right now.
That's sad.
It's gonna be on the recording though.
Oh no, I don't want to be in there.
You got audience today. All right,
Hey,
somebody else
right.
jumped in. So
Requirements on my tongue. I'm a second.
So hopefully y'all are doing all right. And okay, now we got chat up. So today we were working on planting our tomatoes for the tomato challenge. If you guys hadn't checked that out yet, then please do. We're doing a largest tomato challenge. So essentially seeing if you can grow a absolutely massive tomato. She's on.
She is?
Yeah, she waved.
Hey, Claren! Wait, how many other people are just down there?
Just her.
Okay. Okay, wait, let me show her my shirt.
Just hang on. We got folks showing off stuff.
Okay, I'll bring them up.
So we have the Dean Family Acre Tomato Challenge. The deadline is June the 1st. I think there are 3 or 4 folks who have already uploaded their video. If you want to get in on that, basically you just need to just give a hashtag of DFA Tomato Challenge. And if you'll just let me know you enter, that kind of helps as well. But in regards to tracking it, but just need a video of you planting your tomatoes. If you know what variety you are, that's awesome. I think that helps other people know exactly what you have, and just might be something that they want to try in the future. And so we planted those today. That'll be tomorrow's video. Come out tomorrow evening, probably about the same time as we are going live right now. So we will certainly have up some more information about that. Just a bit of a preview. Our tomatoes all got mixed up except for one. So we know we've got 5 or 6 different varieties, and 2 of them are the large tomatoes. One's delicious and the other one is hillbilly. Hillbilly is the one that we had that was huge last year, that was kind of a yellow orange color. So we got those planted today. We actually are going to try and use cattle panels for some of our tomato cage setup, and hoping that we can maybe try and make things a little more compact this year with that. Who knows? We also have regular tomato cages, and we'll be using those in some of the other areas, but we got, I'll show you in just a little bit. I'll walk out there and see if we can get a few folks in here. Other exciting news, we hit 1,000 subscribers. I know I've been posting that everywhere, but hey Capone, how are you doing? We hit 1,000 subscribers, been sharing that pretty much everywhere, and we're super excited about it. It's something that we've been working towards for quite some time. We've been, I say, consistently uploading for about 2 years now. For almost a year of that, it was every other week, just doing what we could do, and then every week. And here in the last month or so, we've started doing twice a week. So it's going really well. We'll see if we can keep running with the twice a week, at least through spring and possibly in the summer, hopefully. That's been super exciting, and being able to do that. Now we just got to try our best to get our watch hours in. And I think we're right now at about 2,500 watch hours, and you got to have 4,000 within a year. If we're on the right track, I think we should hit that before the end of summer. If we stay on the track we're on now. It's kind of weird the way things go up and down in regards to how much people watch, etc. But anyway, we're pretty excited about it, and we'll just continue to work work through that process. Capone, are you going to participate in the tomato challenge? I know I've had 2 other folks that were South Carolina people let me know that they were putting up their videos, and they just put theirs up. So I'm pretty excited about that, and just getting some more participation, seeing how everybody does it a little bit differently. And just tips and tricks. I know we tried something new, and we'll see exactly if it works or not. I don't think it can hurt anything, but we'll see exactly how it does. Other thing is just that's all right. They all start out tiny. Last year we had some folks that actually did. They did pretty much just Roma like paste tomatoes, and it's just about participating. You know, having a good time and participating. So that's the main thing. We've got a video up that was maybe about a month and a half ago about how to participate. You can kind of watch that video and see exactly how to do that. Deadline's June 1st, so just put up a video by June 1st and tag us. Other things that we're trying to just remember before we walk out to the garden, we're doing a awesome, appreciate it. We're doing a meetup for mainly South Carolina folks, but pretty much anyone is invited. It's Homesteaders of the Southeast, and that's going to be on May 28th in Spartanburg at Croft State Park. We're going to be there. You do need to reserve those tickets. It's free to attend. You just got to pay for full-grown tomato. You got to post your full-grown tomato by 1st of October. So you have from 1st of June until 1st of October to grow as big a tomato as you can grow. 1st of June is obviously the latest that you could do. And if you've already got them planted, then just go back and shoot a video of you actually just talking about them, seeing that you're there. Just making sure that people aren't just going buying a huge one at the grocery store or something like that. It's our main goal for doing that, and so that we all can kind of follow each other and track and see how our tomato plants are doing. If you want to do updates, etc., it gets to be a little bit more fun. So, let's see. So we're doing the meetup. I saw you got your tickets. Great. Look forward to seeing y'all there, and that will should be a lot of fun. I'm still working through a few details that should be coming out in regards to how that's going to be structured a little bit. Mainly, it's just going to be a meetup for people to just meet and greet and know each other and get to know other people. I think that we'll probably have some opportunities if you want to do, you know, some swaps and that kind of thing. Wait on that for just a second. All right. I think my behind-the-scenes sidekick here needs to use the hose. She's working on some pretty cool tie-dye craft projects, and so I'm gonna go ahead and walk y'all out to the garden. So just hold tight with me. Whoop. I think that we'll have an opportunity to be able to do. Let's make sure we're all right. Y'all still there? Had to switch over to non-Wi-Fi. Hopefully we can do some seed swapping, plant swapping, that kind of thing. I'm pretty certain we can't do animals just because it's a state park. And so no on the premises, at least, chicks, chickens, goats, pigs, whatever else y'all are looking for. But we will we'll have opportunities for some of that maybe at a later date. But I know we had that meetup the other week at Jess and Maya's, and when we had that meetup, folks had all kinds of stuff. And when I got home, I remember that there were a few other things that I probably should have taken. So I'm gonna end up having those things available and bringing them. So I'll probably send out an email blast to everybody who's registered here in the probably next week-ish. depending on how everything ends up going. So appreciate those who have gotten tickets already. We're over halfway sold out. So if it's something that you're interested in, definitely go ahead and get tickets. Again, no charge other than paying to get in the state park, but we got to kind of track how many people we have because the shelter only holds so many folks. So let's see here. Let me flip the camera around and we will why the sick face? You don't like eating any of those? We did Brussels sprouts last year, and it was an adventure. They did all right, but it got too hot. You definitely want to try and do those in the fall, at least in our area. So all right, so here's the garden. There's a couple different videos. We hadn't changed a whole lot this year from what we've done in the past. This first set of weed fabric right here to the cattle panel, it's one complete piece. We actually found a guy that was getting out of all natural gardening, and he sold us a really long piece of this 4-hole. I believe that is actually 15 feet, something like that. 15, 16 feet. Anyway, he sold us that so that we didn't have as many seams, because as you see down here, we have a seam, and you got to make sure that you have something on top of it, staples, etc. And I was trying my best to limit the number of staples that we had to deal with. I will say that this I will say that the bigger fabric definitely took a little extra leg work to work into place. So enough of me just chatting. Let me kind of just show you what we've got. And I wish I had Miss Dean out here, because she can tell you a whole lot more about some of this stuff than I can, especially some of the specific varieties. But these are broccoli right here. Let's see. So we've got broccoli all the way down here, and then we've got some cabbage right down through here. These are squash, and I believe some zucchini. I think those might be maybe some winter type squash, but I'm not 100% sure. Guess I was supposed to space out broccoli a bit. No, you can make it closer than that if you want to. Hey, MB Heritage, glad you can make it in. You can definitely plant it much closer than that. This fabric is at 3-foot spacing. You'll notice here, when I come on this end, that's every 18 inches all the way up. This is the fabric we did last year. And it just depends on what you have. You definitely could grow it. I think last year we grew it on 18-inch spacing, so that's totally fine. We've just found this fabric saves so much weeding time. It's pretty much incredible how much time it saves. So the next through here is, these are okra. And I know okra definitely can be closer than this. This is just what we've done this year. And then some of this will be a preview for tomorrow's video in regards to tomatoes. Hey Annette, glad you could make it. Afternoon for us, good morning for you, that's right. So these are our tomatoes that we planted for the tomato challenge. You've got the 3 right there, and then there are 6 down this cattle panel. We're trying something a little bit different this year. We're gonna try and use cattle panels and tomato cages. Not at the same time, but just to see how it goes. These we thought were squash, but we're thinking they might be some form of pumpkin. Again, sometimes plant labeling can be interesting. And then we've got 3 more tomato plants here for that tomato challenge. you're welcome to plant as many as you want. I know a couple people had a few questions about that, and they weren't quite sure what to do, but you're welcome to be able to do that. And then we've got more squash and zucchini all the way up through here. The places where there is nothing up here, we've seeded so that we are gonna have some, actually, this is cantaloupe, I believe. Yep, cantaloupe up this way. Those plant clips I found. Plant clips. I don't know if I've seen those. Definitely, I'd be curious to see what those are. This is the side. Okay, told you I need her out here. Over here is cantaloupe and watermelon, all the way through there, down through here, and we've seeded those direct sow. And then here are the squash and zucchini. Okay, I'll show you that out, Capone. So these are squash and zucchini. Pretty much, you can see there's one coming up that was direct sow, and that way, if this, I guess it's not if, it's when the vine borers come and get us, then we have some. See, so we've got some plants that are started and then seeding in there, and then these are all cucumbers. So we the last couple years we've done cattle panels for cucumbers, and they work absolutely excellent. So that's what we have down through here. I don't know what variety right now. If y'all want to know, let me know, and I can definitely highlight it in another update at some point. And then these are our blackberries. The first three right here, this one, and this one, all came from Ison's nursery. They were bare root. You can go back and check our blackberry planting video. The first one is a ponca, and then the next one are, I can never pronounce it. We got a tag here. I always want to say Wichita, and that's what Shane from Kinfolk says as well. But it has done, that one has done great. The one here didn't make it. It came out and leafed out and looked almost exactly the same as this one. But then we had a 20-degree night, and it just completely zapped it, and it never came back. These through here are Primark. One is a Traveler, and then one is a Freedom. And I can't remember which one. I always have to go back and look at the video. But we've got blackberries. And if you'll also notice, apparently the deer have found it already. Usually back here in this corner, they don't mess with it. So I'm all setting up to get my Irish Spring soap out. And those are doing great. And then we have potatoes. Here is, let's see, it is Pontiac Red from that post to this post. And then from here all the way to the end there is Adirondack Blue. And this is our first year really seeming to have success with potatoes. I do need to update my drip. I ran out of drip tape, and I need to heal these up here. Y'all can tell why we love the weed fabric, but things are going really, really well with that. So does anybody else have any questions about the garden or anything? Let's see if I can spin us around. Yep, definitely Irish Spring. That's what I have a box of over here somewhere, and we've I've never used it on pantyhose, but we've also done let's see if I can get us set up right here for just a second. Sorry guys. I've also done we've just done it on like a stick, or on a metal, just a piece of metal wire or rod. But yeah, pantyhose definitely would make sense. So I'm gonna be putting out some of that. I actually picked my box up that's over there on the raised beds, which I did not highlight. So I'll do that in just a second. Completely forgot about highlighting those. And those have been amazing. If you hadn't seen that video, definitely go check it out in regards to the raised beds. And I got the idea from Daniel Arms, the Arms family. That was one of his earlier videos, and they work great. And I can't imagine them ever having to worry about deteriorating or anything. Hey, Teal House, thanks so much for coming and congratulating us. We're super excited about it. We were talking about that earlier, and just hitting 1,000 subscribers, and it's one of those goals you kind of push for. And I think the goal is just remembering that it's just you know, it's kind of the beginning. It's definitely not, you're still pushing through it, but you're doing it because it's something that's fun and you enjoy. So those are, appreciate the congratulatories, especially for those folks that are definitely ahead of us and have been doing it longer and or putting out more. Not that it's a competition, but just the experience. I know that we're in a Facebook group, and it's just great to be able to ask similar folks, you know, what they think and advice, etc. Yeah, Capone, the cucumbers grow up those cattle panels awesome, no problem at all. You might have to help them just a little bit at the beginning, but that whole panel will be completely covered. You will barely be able to see the panel. And again, I think this is probably year 4 at least that we've done cattle panels for cucumbers. No need to have those sitting on the ground. We've done some, you know, where they ended up on the ground, but we just find that doing on the panels works a lot better. Oh yeah, a whole lot easier to harvest, and you can see your pests so much easier, etc. Love making content, but it's a lot of hard work. I see feel like others are enjoying and appreciating the work you're putting into it. Yes, completely agree. Just have to remember to get other stuff done too, as I am continually reminded in regards to other things that we have to do around our place, and getting those things done too, or making a video out of them. I don't know if any of y'all want to see a video of someone repairing both springs on a garage door. That's a project coming up pretty soon, even if there isn't a video, as well as a couple of other things. So let me get up. I'm gonna show you guys the raised beds real quick, and then I'll show you the muscadines. Yeah, and there's so many things, like I just can't film it all. You know, that's one reason we kind of went to 2 videos a week, was because you know, I just had so many different things, especially this time of year, and honestly more than I need to be doing, and maybe not necessarily filming. So let's jump over here and I'll show you guys the raised beds. I kind of highlighted that just a little bit at the beginning. Oh me, let's see here. All right, y'all. So this is a bush cucumber here. Then we got onions. Y'all can kind of see it through the grass, so I need to get through here. These are Dean beans, as we call them. We started an heirloom about, I think this is year 5. And we, they're kind of a multicolored llama, and we've just continually heirloomed them year after year. This is some dinosaur kale, more onions, and lettuce. Hardest part in the spring is so busy. Here's the sowing again. Yeah, winter is something else. Yeah, there's advantages to heirloom and non-heirloom, and I don't want to really get into that debate, but you know, I think it's really cool that we've tried to keep our own beans. The biggest thing that we've done about those is there's my daughter's name. There's a variety called that name, Dean, and they spell Dean differently, but it's in one of the seed companies. And so we were like, you know what, we're gonna start doing our own. Have any of y'all ever tried this plant, and can anybody name it? This is the first year that we have planted it. We picked all of the green. We still have the purple left. And that, hey, Ben, your firehouse, how you doing, man? Sounds like you had a blast at the shoot dang. I know Ridge Life was talking about you the other day, and y'all must have had a really good time. There you go. That's right, kohlrabi. This is the first year we've ever grown it. Have y'all ever grown kohlrabi? Apparently it tastes a lot like broccoli, and we had someone give us some starts. We tried it. It was kind of meh. Probably won't grow it again. How did y'all prepare it? We've heard it kind of tastes like the stalks of it tastes like the stalks of broccoli, which I'm not a huge fan of, but they gave it to us and they looked really cool. So there's some more bush beans. I can't remember what variety these are, but these are all bush beans. And then we've got our peppers here. And then these are beets. And it's kohlrabi. Teal House named it. These are beets. Hopefully, let's see if I can. And we thought that these were regular beets, and we planted them a little bit closer than usual. Sauteed it, just felt like the content-wise wasn't enough food to be worth the effort to grow. Okay. Well, we didn't start them from seeds. You know, we got free starts from a family who actually run an organic farm. So that's how we got it too. So these are actually sugar beets, which we thought they were regular beets, but apparently, just looking at color, etc. I need to follow up with the folks who gave us that, gave us those beets. And then y'all can see how my asparagus bed has gone. It made its way over here, but I have not finished setting up the water. Y'all can see we've got automatic drip irrigation to pretty much every plant, which has been a game changer. And I have water coming up. I should probably showed y'all that too. Water coming up in every single bed, which I need to get my drip set up there too. But each of these can be controlled individually, and then we also have a main shutoff as well. But every has its own water, and that was just something that I did when I set these beds up. And I just hadn't gotten around to doing the water for this last bed. That's really the only reason it looks like it does. I pretty much got it about where I want it. I just need to fix that water up on the upper end there. And yeah, the biggest thing about asparagus, if you're planting by seeds, you're talking about a long time for it to come. We've done that. And we've got some. If I make it back down to the walk out of the basement, I'll show you. Tractor Supply will put the, I forget the name of them. Asparagus, let's spin y'all back around. Tractor Supply, I tend to try and get things when they put those on clearance at the end of the year, and they will try and get and mark things down. So the asparagus, the packs of crowns, that's what they're called. Hey Bushwhacker, glad you made it on, man. Ronnie probably couldn't make it, could he? So we've tried to get discount things on that. Y'all know we got our daffodils, other plants and stuff just marked way down. That's how we got those blue Adirondack. Hey Wrangler, how are you doing? That's how we got our the blue potatoes for like 50 cents for a whole starter pack. So want to do that. We're garden beds. Do you have any videos on installing water hook? I can't remember if I do or not. I know I've got footage. We did a lot of that stuff about 2 years ago. And when we did it, I videoed all of it, and I just was not, I just wasn't editing enough. And I need to go back and kind of get caught up on some of that stuff. I don't know how many feet I trenched in our yard All of the water for the garden stuff is pretty much done. Hey Sarah, how are you doing? Glad you jumped on. All the water for the garden beds and stuff works great. See if I can, got runaways back there. All the garden stuff for the, all the water for the garden stuff works great. I also thought that I was gonna do a sprinkler system. And yeah, I just hadn't really done that well. Mainly for my beds. Y'all know I love plants and stuff, mainly for those beds, but also I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and put a sprinkler system in. Well, I trenched, and I will do, make one comment, and I was talking with Wrangling Rutherfords earlier. If y'all don't follow them, y'all go check them out. That's another South Carolina homesteading family that's about to take on a big adventure. But, and they were doing trenchers earlier. And yeah, drip irrigation, that's what we have. We have drip tape, and then we also have the lines that have the drip emitters already in there. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you were able to make it on. The other thing in regards to that water is we also have a water source heat pump. So it pumps water out of our well, and actually it's an open loop. They make them closed loop and open loop. Ours is open loop. So I can change that water where it's either dumping out in our woods or it comes out back here in the garden. And the year that we grew the 10+ foot tall okra, I used a lot of that water because that water is actually warmer, and it was incredible for plants that love warm water. So we did a lot with that. So, but yeah, drip irrigation is the way to go, and just keep an eye out, look on Marketplace. Glad you got the trench covered. My word of advice to them was don't leave the trench uncovered, or you will break a leg, or you'll end up 2 years later and still have some trenches throughout your yard. But in regards to trying to, lost my train of thought, but that's all right. In regards to the water and that kind of thing, just getting that set up, it's been a game changer. Check Marketplace. I see all the time drip tubing on Marketplace. I mean, all the time. So definitely check Marketplace for that. And also check your local thrift stores. There's a thrift store that's local to us that I find plants at all the time, and it's not one that you would think would have plants. They've had PVC fittings. You know, as much as things are inflating, if you can find PVC fittings for a quarter or a dime, you know, even if you don't need them right then, just keep them organized by size. And when you have a project you need 1-inch PVC, then just go get some. Yeah, it's bitten me some, but I can almost promise you I got a whole lot more stuff, and I don't have to run to the store as much, except for PVC glue. That stuff does not last. So, and Capone, I think you asked about when to check Tractor Supply. Right now. Greenwood store, I don't think has started marking theirs down yet. I got ours at the Lawrence store, and they mark down stuff a lot faster. And feel free to offer them something. If it's been out there for a while and they still got a lot of it and they haven't marked it down much, offer them less. Say, hey, you know, if I buy that whole box, or if I buy 10 packs, you know, how much do you think you could get or do on that as well? All right, I'm gonna flip y'all back around and show y'all the muscadines. It's getting a little dark on me out here. Kids were asking me, why in the world are we doing it this time of day? Let's see if I can come back from this way, there we go. All right, guys, this vine here is, yeah, I had a high school coach that would haggle at Walmart. Of course, that was, you know, late 90s, but he definitely would haggle at Walmart. My kids were like, there's no way. I said, yeah, he most definitely did. I can't say they always took it, but all right, so y'all, this is a Cowart muscadine. This is the first year. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Probably not. Let's see, is it gonna focus? Is it gonna focus? Won't let me tap it. Y'all can see right there. That is blooms, so it will eventually turn into muscadines. This is the first year we'll actually have fruit from vines that we have planted, that we know the variety. So that one's Cowart, and then this one is Carlos. Here, Carlos kept getting something, ate the end of it, I don't know how many times last year. And I kept having to come out here and keep working it, and it finally made it to right here at the edge of the lawn, at the end of the growing season last year. So y'all can see how much it's grown from here to here and out this growing season. And I've been tempted to prune this one back just so that it makes it all the way down. Some folks on the Muscadine group would probably say, listen, you need to prune that back. Biggest thing with Muscadines is prune. All right, guys. Does anybody else have any more questions, comments, want to see anything else? I'm working on a big muscadine trellis as well. That's an upcoming video whenever I get that done. My son and I were actually working on trenching to run from the water line up that way, out to it. And we should then be able to have water coming directly to those vines. And the reason I'm doing that is just because it's going to be, hey Smojo, how are y'all doing? Another South Carolina channel. So that way it can, I can set those up on automatic timers. The other tricky thing up that way is that I'm gonna have to get 9-gauge wire. 9-gauge wire. Let me, it's getting a little dark out here, y'all, so excuse the graininess of the picture. Let me go back. I'm missing some messages here. Yeah, we're enjoying our Mother's Day weekend too. We actually, my family came up and we took them out to eat the other day. So, okay, Capone, 9-gauge wire on the muscadine trellis, and best place to get that is at Home Depot. I'm gonna flip on a light here, see if it helps at all. It's Home Depot. And other switch. There we go. Maybe that'll be a little better. A little better. If I'm a chair. Is best place to order that, you have to order it though. They don't keep it in store, is Home Depot. And it's like $27, $28 for $27 or $28 for like 170-foot roll, I believe. So, hey Chuck, I don't know if that's Chuck or Belinda, but how are y'all doing? If y'all want somebody who will make you laugh, you definitely need to go watch Chuck. Good guy. I caught him on a live one time and started following their channel. Jeb, send me a PM, man. I know exactly where you are, and I actually grew up in that area. So send me a PM on some form of social media or shoot us an email at deanfamilyacres@gmail.com. I'm happy to talk with you a little bit. Oh, you're welcome, Chuck. You really are funny. Anyway, 9-gauge wire, and then you have to order it, and they you can pick it up, or if you order enough, they'll ship it to you. That's the cheapest place, and then you can use a variety of different posts. Okay, Peaceful Cedar. I can't remember where you are. You are in South Carolina, aren't you? Pretty certain you are. Yeah, Greenville definitely is a beautiful area. So, for all y'all who came in a little bit later, thank you so much for all the congratulations. We're super excited about hitting 1,000. Something we've been working on, at least we feel like somewhat consistently for about 2 years. And it seems like there's ebbs and flows. Oh, Conway, yeah, that's quite a haul. You're over there somewhat near Living the Height Life. They're not too far from Conway area. So if you don't follow them, go check them out too. They're another South Carolina channel. They were at the meetup for last weekend. So other thing, Dean Family Acres Tomato Challenge is about to come to a close here at the end of this month. So 1st of June, you need to be sure and enter that. And then we're having a meetup on the 28th. If you're near South Carolina, or if you just want to make a road trip, you're more than welcome to. We're going to have a meetup at Croft State Park in Spartanburg, and we're pretty excited about that and just being able to meet up. I know at Roots and Refuge the other weekend, there were 25 of us from South Carolina or just outside South Carolina that were invited, and we just had a blast. We had a really good time. So I know that there are going to be some folks there that were there the other weekend, and definitely if any of y'all are interested, please definitely register to come, just because we've got limited space, but we'd love to have you. And any other questions about the garden? Anything else? Oh, Jeb, I've actually never been there before, but when I was kind of looking for a unique place to be, I would that ended up seemed pretty convenient. The link is actually posted on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page. You can also look up, it's called Homesteaders of the Southeast. And if you want to look that up, Homesteaders of the Southeast, I basically just made the post that we're going to have a meetup on that page, and haven't done much else. I need to start adding a few things to that. For those who have registered, I'll probably send an email out in the next week, just kind of giving some details and got a couple things coming together in regards to that meetup. So we're hopefully going to have a good time, be able to interact and just network with some like-minded people. And if it goes well, which from hearing other people, at least on social media, they want us to do it other places, which that's kind of what we had said. If it goes well, then we're going to try our best to rotate around South Carolina, and if it keeps going well, then we'll kind of start branching out and hit some of Georgia and some of North Carolina and keep going from there. So that's the goal, to have something a little more local for folks. I know we've done Homesteaders of America and a couple of other things, and we really had a good time. So just trying to figure out, at least at this first one, what everybody's looking for, what we want to do, how we want to cover things and interact, etc. That's kind of the key or the main thing. And I don't know about y'all, but I am loving these later sunsets. And after I get off of here, I'll go and post on our social media on the YouTube, like where you make posts, as well as Instagram and Facebook. Night Wrangling, I'm gonna thank you so much. I'm gonna post a picture of the sunset from last night at our place. It was absolutely incredible. Yeah, and Shoot Dang's the same thing. Like Shane, when I went down there to visit with him, I mean, he was like, "Man, you gotta go. You gotta go." He was like, "You'll make all kinds of connections." And I know that Vineyard Farmhouse had said the same thing, and that's how it was at HOA. I probably should have made more connections at HOA than I did, but the biggest thing for us is that Shoot Dang was the same weekend as us being able to go to Roots and Refuge. And I knew that was going to be huge, and it was going to be local, which is kind of one of the main things that we're trying to do, is just highlight South Carolina homesteads and folks that are looking for being a little more independent, growing as much of their own as they can, just networking with like-minded people, maybe doing some seed swaps or some some trading, bartering, that kind of thing, instead of having to go to the store for stuff. So, and we've got a great group of people here in South Carolina, which has been really, really good, and a lot more than I thought when I put that together, that video back in I think December or January, whenever it was, of South Carolina homesteaders and why we homestead in South Carolina. It really surprised me. That's right, Sprouting Soul. We love local too. I think that's huge, and just having the connections to South Carolina, whether whether you've been here for a week or two, or for like some of our family has been in South Carolina since 1760s, which is absolutely crazy to think. But that opportunity is amazing, and there's a reason that folks are moving to this area, and that's because they a lot of different reasons, but honestly, them being able to kind of have a little bit of freedom and opportunities for that. And although prices have jumped a long time, prices have jumped a lot in about the last year and a half on property here. It's been pretty crazy, but compared to the rest of the country, for the most part, it's pretty affordable, or at least on the low end of the mid size. So Jeb, that's awesome that you came. That's awesome that you came over from Megan. I don't know if you've ever seen me or not, or whatever, but she, I've actually, my wife and I, we went on our way back home from visiting some family back at Thanksgiving. We actually went and dropped by their place. They're out there. But we had a good time, visited for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Saw little Declan running around, and Kenneth and I, talked and visited, and my wife and Megan and all of us kind of just talked. And then they participated in our video from South Carolina Homesteads, and then also from they were at the meetup the other weekend. So good folks. I'm going to convince her one day. You need to tell her that it's okay to get other people to do a little bit of stuff. I think they might try and be a little more thrifty than I am, which is pretty difficult. But on some avenues, I guess it's certainly possible. But I think it's pretty admirable that they get to do what they're doing on their own and not going into debt for it. That's huge. We definitely don't like debt either, and trying to get out of it as quickly as we can, which should be good. So. I got folks in front of me turning the lights off and on. I don't know if they help or not. I think we're getting pretty close to the end here, unless anybody else has any other questions. Let me click back, make sure I didn't miss anything. Annette, I can't see all of your message for some reason. I don't know if it's because it's on my phone or what. Let's see here. No such thing. No such thing as meetups here, and I can't read that. It's cut off. Maybe I should organize something. Definitely organize something. Yeah, Declan is a Declan is a trip. They are good folks. They really are. Megan will talk your head off probably more than I will. But I think I'm going to sign off here. Y'all look forward to checking out our video tomorrow for Dean Family Acres Tomato Challenge, if I can spit it out. And go check out other folks who've posted up some of their videos too. And you can be sure and comment on them and tell them that I sent you that way. Appreciate everybody that came on. Definitely it was a lot of fun trying to. Yeah, you have a good night too, Capone. Have a good evening and a good time and a good Mother's Day weekend. Hope each and every one of y'all have a blessed one and have a good night. Thanks.